News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
He never asked. Good morning, everyone. This is Montana Morning. Congratulations, you made it. It's Friday, February 20th, 2015. How about that? Cloudy, 32 degrees, had some overnight rain. Just check the road report. Montana Department of Transportation tells us that all the roads in western Montana right now are bare and wet. I don't see any slickness or snow reported anywhere in that report. All right, right now it's cloudy and 32 degrees in Missoula. And our newscast is sponsored by Dr. Troy Doxey and the friendly team at Chiropractic Works, where they're dedicated to chiropractic solutions. University of Montana President Royce Engstrom gave his State of the University address this week and told KGVO News one of the topics he covered was the book soon to be released by noted author John Krakauer that deals with sexual assaults on the UM campus.
My only comment about the book yesterday was simply that I knew about it. I have no idea what's in the book, and I did make the comment that at no point did Mr. Krakauer or anyone representing him, did they ever contact us or try to talk to us about the situation.
Concomitant with that issue, Engstrom says the university has instituted many reforms to deal with the problem and that UM is not alone in dealing with the issue of sexual assaults.
We certainly realize that this is a nationwide issue for colleges and universities. We've seen now nearly, and I think it's even over 100 institutions that are working in some way with the federal agencies to address issues on various campuses.
The university has worked closely with the Departments of Justice and Education to comply with agreements dealing with sexual assaults and the rights of victims. At the State of Missoula event this week, the discussion of local taxes was conducted by Patrick Barkey, director of the University of Montana Bureau of Business and Economic Research. In his presentation, Barkey addressed the capacity of the citizens of Missoula to pay for all the things that people apparently want in their community as compared to other communities in the state.
The bottom line is that Missoula tends to punch a little bit above its weight in terms of spending per capita, punches a little bit below its weight in terms of the strength of its tax base, and as a result of those two things, Missoula tends to have higher tax rates than many other communities.
Barkey says the issue of property taxes has many variables and that the capacity of Missoula to pay for things is not limitless.
I think the one thing you can say that is unambiguously true and completely apolitical, I believe, is that growth in the tax base, i.e. growth, is something that would help pay for everyone's wish list if people wanted to do that.
The State of Missoula event was presented by the Missoula Chamber of Commerce. A Livingston lawmaker has introduced several bills seeking to revoke the federal Common Core educational standards and set new standards for Montana schools. The Billings Gazette reports Wednesday's hearing on the four bills by Republican Representative Deborah Lamb lasted nearly 7 hours and included divided testimony from more than 60 parents, teachers, and education leaders. Legislative staff noted the Supreme Court has ruled lawmakers do not have the authority to remove duties from the Board of Education. Speaking of schools, nearly all of Missoula County AA public high schools have a better graduation rate than the statewide average, but that's not true for Hellgate. In 2014, both Hellgate and Big Sky saw a drop in their graduation rate, while the other high schools in the area improved. Superintendent of School District 1 Alex Apostle on Talkback yesterday says the school system is working to address that issue.
Hellgate High School and Big Sky High School are very aware of the statistics that were presented in this latest round of evaluations, and they are working diligently. They're making progress. The number of students that have dropped out of those schools at this point is very low. But I must say that even one student is something that we're very concerned about.
Sentinel High School outperformed all the other schools with a graduation rate of more than 91%, while Hellgate's dipped to 84%. Big Sky's dropped down to 86%. Apostle says the number of dropouts simply too many.
Last year we had a total of 92 students drop out of our high schools. That's 92 too many. When you compare that to 2008 when I came to the district, we were losing over 200 kids. The state is monitoring the dropout rate and the graduation rate very, very closely.
Montana senators are considering a bill to allow cars to pass bicycles in certain circumstances, along with other updates to bicycle laws. Representative Jeff Essman of Billings proposed House Bill 280 in the Senate Highways and Transportation Committee yesterday. The proposal would allow cars to pass bicyclists using the left side of the road in a no-passing lane as long as the overtaking can be done safely. It directs bicyclists to ride far enough to the right as they judge to be safe. Current law has them as far right as physically possible. Committee Chair Senator Elsie Arnson said the committee will take action on the bill next month. Governor Bullock sent a request to the EPA yesterday asking for the Columbia Falls aluminum plant to be designated as a Superfund site. Montana Department of Environmental Quality spokeswoman Jenny Flathow explains why the plant deserves the listing.
There may be several potential contaminants. This includes various metals such as arsenic and aluminum, semi-volatile organic compounds, other things that are used or derived from the aluminum reduction process. So these could be in the percolation ponds at the site, in the groundwater. Cedar Creek and the Flathead River may be affected. So these are definitely things that need to be investigated further.
The Superfund listing would allow federal funds to aid in investigating the site.
This is the next step in the process. We need to be able to do these remedial investigations and get a better handle on what we're looking at, what our concerns or risks are, and what we may need to do to clean it up if anything is found.
A Superfund listing would not stop the state's legal actions against both the prior and current owners of that site. A truck driver arrested at a border crossing between North Dakota and Canada on allegations he possessed child pornography says he will plead guilty. Gerald Miller of Bridger, Montana, has been charged with 3 counts of transportation of materials containing child pornography. A change of plea hearing is scheduled for March 17th. A potentially deadly superbug resistant to antibiotics has infected 7 patients, including 2 who died. More than 160 others were exposed at Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center through contaminated medical instruments. Locally, infectious disease specialist Pamela Whitney with Community Medical Center explained what happened.
What this bug was, it's called a CRE, and it's a carbapenem-resistant enterobacter. CRE, it's a super bug. It's one of these organisms that causes resistance, and when we start seeing this kind of thing, we're limited with the antibiotics that we can use.
Whitney says Community has specific protocols to ensure that kind of infection does not occur in their hospital.
Here at Community, we do, down in the endoscopy area, we do procedures that are similar to what happened here, and we are very strict. We have strict policies and guidelines for cleaning of these scopes between patients.
The contaminations likely took place between October of 2014 and January of 2015. Our News Talk time now is 6:10.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Cloudy skies and spotty showers. Temperatures will top out in the mid-40s. Tonight, rain will change to snow with our lows dropping into the 20s. We'll see wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.